What's your name?
My name is Renesha Jackson.
Have you ever experienced grief and loss in your life?
Yes. Earlier this year, I experienced loss. I lost unexpectedly my aunt, and 4 days later, my dad passed away.
What was your aunt's name?
Her name was Renesha.
And do you want to tell me a little bit about who she was as a person?
She was really funny. She was honestly like one of the funnest people to be around. Like, she was always laughing, always smiling, always dancing. I just feel really blessed that I was able to experience someone like her.
How about your dad? What was his name?
My dad's name was Robert. He definitely had a difficult life. He struggled with addiction for a good portion of my life. But one thing that I definitely know for sure is that he loved all of his kids.
How have you been navigating your grief while doing day-to-day things like work?
Honestly, I do a lot of crying before I leave the house. I definitely have to mentally prepare myself just to be out in the open and be okay, because a lot of the times after I step out of the house, I'm having to keep it together. And it's definitely hard, but I always think about how I don't think that my dad would want to see me so sad and so upset. And that's really one of the main things that keeps me going.
Has losing your dad changed your perspective on life?
It's definitely changed my perspective on life, especially when it comes to just healthcare in America and thinking about how he was treated. And had he been treated a lot better, he would probably still be here. And I try not to be angry about those type of things, because obviously there's no control that I have over it too much. And it's just changed my perspective, I think, on people, because I always tell myself not to have an expectation, but I feel like when I went through this experience, I expected a lot more from people, and they really fell short. It made me resentful a little bit.
How are you feeling with the holiday season coming up and having to go through your first without your dad?
It's definitely hard because I think about it a lot, just because there's already been so many holidays that have passed without him, being, his birthday being the newest. And I think I'm just going to have to get used to not having certain things that conversation or Thanksgiving text and things like that. So just trying to mentally prepare myself for those things.
What are your beliefs about the afterlife and just seeing your dad again?
I definitely think that there is an afterlife. I do think that my dad is resting well. I do believe that he is in a much better place now, and I know that he's watching over me. I hear him sometimes, there's just certain things that I experience, and I'm just I know that that's my dad. And yeah, it definitely helps, and it's nice.